Jorma, welcome back. It's great to have you back.
Thanks, Nick. Great to be here.
Great to have you back in our, in our first show together in these digs.
Yeah, you guys are living large. This is unbelievable.
I know you saw it. You saw it in process too. You saw it in the hard hat sort of jackhammer days.
Yeah, it was. None of this stuff was here. It was apocalyptic.
Yeah. Post-apocalyptic, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hey, you've got a new CD, a new record, a new project.
I do.
I love the concept. Ain't in no hurry.
Ain't no hurry.
Yeah. And let's talk about that for a second.
Sure.
I mean, some might think that as we get older, we might try to start cramming more and more stuff into our days, and knowing that time only moves in one direction.
Yeah, well, I guess it doesn't work that way, though. You know, it's just nature pours a vacuum; it fills everything up the way it's supposed to. You know.
Yeah. And so you're able to obviously reflect on a whole bunch of stuff and life well lived, but you are far from slowing down.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, we were talking a little bit off stage. You know, in a normal world, I'd be a great grandfather, but in this one, I have young children, and they don't cut me. They don't cut me any slack at all. You know, they don't care about Woodstock or Altamont. You know, they just want to go to Irish dance and all that stuff. You know, and also, you know, somebody was telling me at the ranch at the end of last season, do you ever think about retiring? And all I could say was, why? So I can play the guitar more.
Right, it doesn't even make any sense, right? I mean, it's like, what are you going to do? Yeah, I think that it's really amazing that you've been able to, follow that passion that you discovered when you were a teenager.
Yeah, well, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. You know this. I mean, I started out playing things like Sweet Fern, and like Chris Smithers said, I love this. I fell into it when I was a kid, and I never fell out. You know, and I was luckily the music that chose me seems to have a certain timeless element to it. So,
yeah. Some of the light shows and posters, or you can kind of date those to a certain era.
Yeah. I mean, look, they have college courses in psychedelic music now. Yeah. That's good. I'm glad somebody can figure that stuff out.
I was trying to think about what it would be like for the Jefferson Airplane in the modern age with like internet and everybody at every show, cell phone videos up on YouTube the next day after every gig you played.
Man, it'd be scary. I can't believe my friends let me go out dressed like that.
Right. Or played solos that long.
Oh, my God. Audiences were more tolerant back then. No audience, they would tolerate that stuff for 7 minutes.
It was the right thing at the right time.
It was. It totally was.
It was. And you are one of the few, San Francisco Bay Area rock and roll royalty guys who bolted, who got out of there. You moved to Ohio.
Yeah. Well, I'm an East. How about that Ohio State football game? We'll talk about that later. No, I'm an East Coast guy originally, and I was out in California at the right time, and I had a great time, and California was really good to me, and the time came to move back east. I just, that bland weather, I just couldn't take it anymore. At my house this morning, it was -9 degrees.
Yeah, that'll keep your blood flowing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it'll keep you young, but it's going to keep you certainly awake.
Yeah. My wife said, "I wish you were here," as the pipes were freezing. Well, I'm working here.
It's interesting because you did. I was talking about these scenes that you were in. You were part of these scenes, and now you've created your own universe in Ohio. The Fur Peace Ranch is not just a location; it's a state of mind.
It is not totally unlike what you guys are doing here too. You can make plans, you can't plan the outcome. We opened in 1998, and this musical community evolved. I mean, we're in business, don't get me wrong, but totally aside from all that stuff, and it sounds sappy when you talk about this, but that commonality of things that you love,
right.
Whether you're geeking out about one of your really cool vintage guitars or you're talking about some song. I mean, and it's all there, and when you're at our place, for those 4-day weekends, the only thing there is to do is to play music, and
right.
that's a cool thing.
Yeah, and that's really the common thread, ever
Sure.
since all of this stuff is just about bringing people together around making music. And you've taken it one step further because you now have an entire industry around, custom blends of teas and mugs and online. You can sell strings and capos. You've got clothing. You've got artwork and posters. You've got paraphernalia and photos of you and, kitchen items.
Right.
It's amazing. It's an incredible,
We're shameless. Utterly shameless. But I gotta say, all our stuff is quality. It really is. We gag it up a lot about that stuff, but it's all good stuff. My wife is very demanding, and also,
Where did that come from, by the way? How did that enter this conversation?
Well, I was just going to say, you were talking about things at the ranch. Vanessa's not happy unless we owe the bank money, and I'm there for her. So we built our silo-delic gallery. It's a silo, and we have art shows and this and that, and light shows, and beanbag chairs to lie back on. Somebody to help you up when you can't get them.
This is actually your shot at being in the band and being Bill Graham too.
No, actually, that's something I wouldn't wish on myself. Okay. Certainly. Yeah, my wife and our guy John Herbert, they do all that kind of stuff. In fact, I'm always suggesting that they get somebody. Like I really wanted to get Sarah Jarosz because I like her so much. And they just haven't responded. I'm saying, we won't be able to afford her next year. You got to get it now.
Right. I can relate.
I know you can. I know you can.
So we've got some new faces with you this time around.
We do.
So Larry Campbell, Teresa Williams.
Correct.
How long have you known Larry?
I met Larry, gosh, I'm hard pressed to do this. I'm guessing probably maybe 2007 or something. We got involved in this thing called the American Beauty Project, which was a free show in the Financial Center. And a bunch of us did our versions of Grateful Dead songs from that thing. Barry Mitterhoff, that plays with me all the time, he'd known Larry forever, and Larry started literally fiddling around, and the next thing you know, he produced a solo album for me, and then a Hot Tuna record, and this one, and he's cool. Yeah, he's cool. Teresa is too.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of a Levon sort of thread coursing through this combination of characters this week.
Sure, absolutely.
You got to record up there in Levon's barn.
We did. We recorded Lee's barn, and I toured with Lee and the guys back in the 80s. And if we had some time off air, I'd tell you about the trip to Japan because it was breathtaking. That's all I'm going to say.
That was a Hot Tuna in the band, or what was it?
No, this was just me with the band. But they also had Fred Carter Jr. playing guitar, too. Great guitar player. It was wacky.
Yeah.
Wacky.
Well, our other guest this week, Joe Purdy's from Arkansas.
Sure.
As was Levon, and as was Ronnie Hawkins, who started the Hawks.
Sure.
Anyway, it's great that you are mixing it up, and you still get to hang around with some quality individuals.
You can't beat it, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, and here you are too. Speaking of, thanks for playing bass. We appreciate
You're
that.
You're welcome. No, it's a treat. Well, we have lots more music to play. Let's get back, play some more. Just glad you're here again, and making new music and out there doing it. Because not that you're ancient or anything.
I'm ancient. I'm okay with
that.
You're
getting there, but again, when your kids are the same age as my grandkids, I don't think you're ancient.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't even know what to think about that.
Well, it just means it's one big happy musical family, so we're going to play a little more, right?
Cool, absolutely.
All right, welcome back. Jorma Kaukonen.